dear traveler, welcome to the realm of the Iron Isle. Together with your fellow travelers, you will fight together or against one another for control of the Elder's throne and take control of this cursed land. Make your own destiny. Learn to forage and gather. Forge iron into steel. Build your own settlement from the sweat of your neighbors. Make this realm yours, either through war or peace. Gain influence and title. Welcome to RivenWorld, the first era. Coming soon to Steam Early Access.
See if I can, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone tell me if the audio is good this time. We did adjust the volume in-game, so it should be less loud. Let me know how my audio is coming across, volume-wise. Hello, everybody. Once someone lets me know, we will get started. You can't hear me. Oh, that's a problem. Let's see. Renee, if you open up the stream, can you hear? Or is the music too loud? Let's do this. We'll boost that. Take that down. There it goes. Is that better? Darkus? See, I can. If you're talking, can't hear you. Is YouTube having issues? Is that you standing right here? Yep. Okay. If it's YouTube having issues, let's go look. I can figure this out real fast. Oh, I hear myself.
Same here.
Thank you, Melissa. Okay, here, I'll just type. This YouTube. There you go. Just post in chat so he knows. Maybe try the refresh. Yeah, that is the one bug that I'm going to fix tomorrow after watching you. If you stand still, it doesn't send state updates, so it's literally making you walk. You have to, like, wiggle your character.
Oh.
Very weird. Yeah, Tarkus is saying he can't hear us still on YouTube. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll just jump right into it and start with just some updates. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the hit list here off of the devlog we posted in Discord. Let me just pull that up real quick on my phone so I can just talk this through. Okay, so this past week has actually been sort of exciting for the game. We have, so there's two major things that were put in. We still got to good amount of progress left for the week and through the weekend. So the first really big thing is I have to go find here. We put in a procedural, and I'm going to sound like a big nerd when I say this, a procedural resource system that spawns resources through the map procedurally using Persian noise. So there's my nerdy moment. Long story short, you are going to be able to find scattered around the map sticks, rocks, and other things. And then the next big thing is you can notice that the networking has improved quite a bit. You can see Renee, he's modeling the running for us. You can see he's not rubber banding around anymore. He is living his best life. So yeah, I guess we just go run somewhere and build something. And so let's see here. So that was a part of the network fix. We added a lot more placeables. So we'll show you guys those today. You can see rocks in the pathway here. Cool, cool. They're all spawning in. So we have officially finished the core building system. So now it's just adding modules to it. So we're going to be adding a lot of modules and more building blocks and placeables. We did not get yet to thumbnails. And we are still working on the basis of combat. And a lot of the cosmetic stuff we haven't done, so we sort of tackled it in a way that we took care of the heavy things first, and then we're going to tackle the easier things coming up this later part of the week. And you can see we now have resource nodes, so you're going to be able to come over here, and they're spawning in. This is all procedural as well. You're going to be able to hit it with a pickaxe, and it's going to give you a rock. And we're also going to do that for gold, copper, and other minerals. We're trying to place them around the world in points of interest. So like here's going to be the major rock mining area. There'll be other nodes spread around, but this is where a lot of them are going to be. And I think we're going to do probably 2 points of interest per resource on the map. So yeah, Renee, where do you want to build? Somewhere, should we go back here, or do you want to go somewhere new?
I can go try to get close to the little river we have.
Okay. We're building in the river. Yeah, see, there's some more stone resource nodes. We also added berry bushes, so you can pick berries. The picking is not working as expected. This was added just today. So yeah, we're going to get the berries working for the rest of the week. Or not the rest of the week, but get that ironed out tomorrow. And yeah, and then we're going to be adding crafting recipes for all this. And adding in the land claiming system. So come next stream, you should be able to see land claiming, resource gathering. You should start to see a more cohesive game coming together. Okay, where do you want to build?
I don't know, I was just following you.
Oh, you want to go back here? This is a clearing back here that's sort of cool. Let's see. Yeah. Like, I'm so impressed with that, like how natural they look. I'm going to say that, then we're going to turn the corner and there's going to be like 5,000 berry bushes somewhere. Let's see, and we still, of course, have the old forage system, so you can do either or. You're going to be able to use the resource nodes, or if you're more like a DayZ player, you're going to be able to go and just forage in the underbrush, forage off trees, do all that. See, I can come forage this tree. I got a pear, 4 apples, and 2 sticks out of this bad boy. So yeah, I guess to get started while we build, we can just, we were asked some questions this past week, and we can just sort of run through those and talk about them. Oh, apparently people cannot hear you, Renee.
Let's see.
Let me double check. So maybe this is all screwed up. Let's see. Voice and video. Let's see here. Settings. Audio. No, it looks like it's set up. Desktop audio.
I increase it a little. I don't know if that's better.
Is that better? Sound is always a big nightmare. Well, especially since last time we had to like massively nerf everything because the game music was so freaking loud. There you go. Okay, there you go. Tarkus, does that sound any better to you? I just rose my mic input a little bit on OBS. And then Renee also on the desktop audio, I raised that a bit too.
Cool, thank you.
Now watch, overcompensated and you just blew someone's ears out, Renee.
I hope not. I did that last time apparently.
Okay, well let's get to building something. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, ask it in the chat. Awesome. Nice to hear it, Tarkus. So, not sure if you heard at the very beginning, because we were having audio issues, so I'll just run through it real quick once more. Basically, out of the devlog that we put in the Discord, so far this week, we've improved networking. Come on, Renee, model the networking. Model it.
Movie.
Look at that. He's no longer rubber banding. So we improved the networking code. It's actually doing rather well. So this server that we are running this on for a network, like for this test or for this stream, is actually in Virginia, and we're all the way down in Houston, Texas. So that's a good distance to be traveling with this latency. So we did that, and then on top of that, we implemented procedural resource spawning. So like here's one right here. So now you're going to be able to pick up rocks and sticks found throughout the game world. It's procedurally generated along with berry bushes, and we're going to be adding some more things to that. And basically, it'll just, every time you join another server, resources will be put in different locations. So there's, some difference to it. And I think this is a blueberry bush up here. Yeah, there's a blueberry bush. So yeah, that's what we have so far this week. Basically, what we've been doing is we've been accomplishing the big, heavy lifting systems early in the week, and then the later part of the week, we are going to be implementing different things. So I don't want to say easy, but simpler things. So tomorrow it's going to be more building stuff. We also have the basis of combat almost done. We have it hooked up in the game client. Now it's time to connect it up to the server software, and that's always a fun thing because with the architecture, we are taking I'll call it a server first. Oh, I'm going to get out of your way, Renee. We're taking a server first approach. So the server is responsible for basically everything that you see going on here, and that is to outline and prevent like hacking and stuff like that. What are you doing? Like 4 turrets, 4 towers, or
Yeah.
Okay, I'll help you. How far apart do you want these?
I don't know.
2, 3, 4,
10.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10?
Yeah, something around 10.
Okay. And you did what? 3 and then a corner. 1, 2, 3. 1. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask away. In the meantime, I'll just answer some questions we've received throughout the week. One of the big ones is, actually, we were asked, is who is the team behind RivenWorld? So to give you guys just a little backstory, we are a small 4-person team out of Houston, Texas. Now this may catch you guys by surprise, but our normal line of business is actually in aerospace. We write software for NASA and other commercial aerospace companies in the space industry. And cool enough, all the tech that's going into this game is actually stuff we have built for aerospace. So the same server software that we are writing for RivenWorld is actually software that is flown aboard the International Space Station. So yeah, this project actually started as a side project in our office. We do this thing called Fun Friday, where we do something out of the ordinary that we would not normally do. And this time it was a game. And yeah, that's how RivenWorld was born. And Don asked, are those new building shapes? Yes, it is. We have new building shapes, new blocks. We even have a cool little rotating system now, to where you're going to be able to snap them around. And here. Renee, what's the spawn code for the corner? Just stone corner?
Stone corner block.
There you go. So let's see. Yeah, see, you can rotate it just looking at things now. So you don't even have to hold down Alt and rotate. So we're sort of taking the approach of Minecraft in this essence, to where you're going to be able to reposition things based off where you're looking at the other blocks you're connecting to. So that's just the sort of speed up building. And I'll just put, how tall are you making these?
I'll let you decide that one.
You're gonna let me pick?
Sure.
That's no good. So also this week we are ironing out, like I was saying, some stuff about combat. We're starting out very simple, just sword-based combat, and then we're going to go into ranged combat and stuff like that. And I want to make sure I'm not screwing up the symmetry here. And also tomorrow I'm super excited because we are actually going to be adding in torches and campfires. Okay, Tarkus asked, can I build while I am active PvP, like Fortnite? So, yes, you can. So if you're actively being in, like, PvP, you can actively build. I don't think we're going to block that. Just because, you know, if you really want to, like, build yourself into a cube, go for it. I mean, you could even try, I guess, to build a staircase to jump over something. And stuff like that. We're still trying to iron out the PvP like system, like the overarching system. So, like one of our really big ideas is we sort of want to cater to two different types of players. So the first type of player loves PvP, wants to go out, do monster grinding, stuff like that. The second one wants to do base building, and to mush those two together, we're actually going to be nerfing PvP during the day and tying it into the lore behind the game. So that, you know, the Elders Curse, who curse this land, and that's what the throne is, protects people during the day. And then at night, well, it's free game. And this is to sort of create a... the thought process is going back to sort of like the old medieval ages of, okay, if you're walking the road at night, you're more likely to get killed or robbed than in plain daylight. So that is a mechanism to drive that. So, like, if I want to go do, like, resource gathering, of course I'm going to do it during the day, and doing more night-based PvP, we're hoping that it creates more of, I don't want to say fear, but urgency to return to your base. So there is actual, like, you're out gathering, you see the sun going down, and it's sort of like, really in the medieval ages, you're like, oh shoot, like I shouldn't be out here at night, so I'm gonna run back to my base or go to a town or go to someone else's base to seek shelter. So that is the concept that we have for PvP, and we're hoping to have a PvP demo ready by either next week or the week following. And yeah. I can't spawn items while talking. I'm one of the people that'll sit here and literally be like, okay, talking, and then start saying, stare. You just did. 3 stairs. Okay, Tarkus asked, if PvP and monsters are at night, then day is only for building and gathering. How many hours real time is day? So right now we have day, I believe it's set at the full day-night cycle is 15 minutes for devs. So you can see, like, I just set it day when we started building this, and the sun's already setting. So I'm going to snap it back to day. Once we get this stuff built up, like our base that we're building, I'll let a full day-night cycle run so you can sort of see how fast it's going to be. Of course, that's going to be adjustable by the server, so the server is going to be able to adjust the day-night cycle however they feel, so it is going to be a setting. So you could have servers that want like realistic day-night, you could have servers that were like arcade mode, you could have servers that, you know, want an hour-long day-night cycle, stuff like that. So Ma95 asks, can we have something like Zelda where you sing a song and the day will come back? So actually, what we're planning to do with that, and this is something that I'm really excited to implement, is runes. So the runes are going to be sort of like trading cards in the game. Or we're building them like trading cards. So you donate something to the Elder Shrine, which you see when we first walk past the spawn town, those little sort of like orange pillars. You walk past that, and then all of a sudden you drop some items in there, and they could give you runes. And some of the ideas for runes are like buffs, of course, nerfs for your enemies, but then also one of the really big things that we're playing with in our head, and as a concept, is is that we're thinking of putting in runes for like weather, day-night cycle, to where if you want to go attack an enemy, or like let's say going back to like what Tarkus asked about PvP and monsters are only at night, technically if you get a rune at night, then you could change the game world to be night for a certain amount of time. And so it's like playing a trading card. So you could use it to attack your enemies, you could use it to grind some more monsters, we're sort of wanting it to be a way to where players can influence the overall arching game mode. The base game mode, I'll just say it that way, because with servers, you know, people can do plugins and all that good stuff. But the overarching base game mode, so runes would be that, is the ability to change that day-night cycle. So, and I mean, so also with RivenWorld and the development process, we're really focusing a lot on the underlying systems. So like the building system, stuff like that. We want, when you guys start playing this game, to have it feel good. Like, I've played so many games on Steam, and not to say anything about any other developers, but I've played so many games to where within 5 minutes of playing, I want to go refund it. Because it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't feel smooth, it feels clunky, you know, there's not even that much gameplay logic to it. Like, you can't even do much. So that's why we're sort of going slow with some of these systems, is we're wanting to spend time to actually refine it. And the streams are a big help for us, because we do play, we do a lot of play testing after we do like build a system, but the streams sort of push us to play it. You guys provide feedback, and you guys get to see how it's going, and it's also just an hour straight to where we get to play it. And, you know, just even past the last stream, we came out of it saying, oh man, we need to change this. Like, we need to change how that does, because it doesn't feel good. Tarkus asked on YouTube, weight system, backpack storage, guild vaults. Okay, so great question. So there is going to be a weight system. It's currently not on because we've been spawning blocks in. So we're in admin mode. If I were to join as a non-admin player, then the weight system would kick on. And with the weight system, it's going to basically encumber you. So you can't run as fast. So if you go out like looting like a madman, and then you start running back to your base, you may be moving at like a crawl's pace because you just overweight yourself, which makes you more vulnerable, so on and so forth. Backpacks. We are going to be adding in backpacks eventually to add to your space on your player. Storage. Great question. We actually have a chest. The chest is not hooked up yet to the server for inventories, but I will show you the chest. Let's see here. There it is. And we still have on our to-do list this week to create thumbnails of all this. So here you go. Here is a chest. So Renee, so I don't destroy your building, where do you want me to put the chest?
Oh, whatever.
Wherever? Okay, I'll put it inside where I'm guessing the castle is. Let's put it back here. Let's see, where's the front? Is that the front? That looks like the front. Let's see, I'll put it a little bit away so I don't ruin your beautiful building. There we go. So we are going to be having a chest. You're going to come up, push E. It's going to open up an inventory. You're going to be able to put things inside of it for storage. Going to the concept of guild vaults, we've thought about it, and I actually really like that. So I used to run a Minecraft medieval RP server. Let's just say that. And what we used to do is we used to use the Ender chest and put them in front of like major PvP zones to where people could store things. So one idea would be actually implementing a bank. You can go to the bank and put things in like a safety deposit box, stuff like that. And I'm guessing with guild vaults also you're thinking of like common storage amongst the guild members. So if that is the question, then common storage amongst the guild members would be chest. And we will most likely add a lock system to where you could lock it just for you. So you could have a personal chest, or you could have a community chest or a public chest. Oh, what's killing me? Oh, food.
Okay. Yeah, I gave myself an apple a few moments ago.
Yeah, let's eat an apple. Consume! Okay. William on Facebook said, game is looking smoother, optimization-wise. Too good job, fellas. Thank you very much. Now, yeah, we've been working very hard to optimize everything, make it better. We still have some things that we want to iron out, but I'm not sure if you heard earlier, we're super proud of this. The server is hosted up in Virginia. We're down in Houston, Texas. And look at that smooth movement. I know last stream it was rubber banding everywhere. And yeah, we optimized it, and we've also optimized building and entity tracking, all sorts of stuff. You forgot the comment? It's okay. You should read some of the stuff that I type. Sometimes I'll finish typing something up, and it'll literally be like a whole paragraph is one sentence, and then I'll go back and reread it, and I'll be like trying to catch my breath, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to fix that. Oh yeah, no, it's glad that you are noticing the difference of the optimization. That has been something we have been focusing on a lot, and let me show you guys this awesome tool we put in. We have a build hammer, and the build hammer can destroy blocks. So you're going to be able to destroy things really fast. Something really cool is I can only destroy the blocks that I place down. So this will also go into the claim area. So if this is a part of the same claim and me and Renee are in the same guild or clan, then we'll be able to destroy each other's blocks. The guild and the land claiming and guild system is going to be coming in soon. Austin on Facebook asked, what engine is this game made in? Good question. This game is made in Unreal Engine 5. And here I'm going to be a nerd for a second. I'm going to go show you what I love most about Unreal Engine 5. I think I've shown this almost every stream, but it just doesn't get old. That is the most epic environment system? I don't know. It looks amazing. I'm not sure if it's streaming as good as it looks, but I hope it is, because this is what Unreal Engine 5 just kicks butt with. Okay, William on Facebook asked, is there going to be an issue with random players putting blocks in your area, like trolling? Great question. So it's not in yet, but we are going to be adding in land claims. So you're going to claim your land, and I'm not sure if you had a chance to go watch Tarkus's videos. They're on our Discord. He actually said it perfect. There's just going to be this thing, and we're just going to call it Igor. Okay, Igor is the land claim mechanism. And with that, you're going to place down your crest or your Igor or whatever you want to call it. And with that, it's going to claim the land around it. And you're going to have to feed it. So feeding it means... feeding it would mean that, you know, you put in items. So I could give it a pear, an apple, a stick, a rock. But like, let's say I go and I find like a ruby. That's going to give me more time on my land claim than a pear and a rock. And we're going to make it relatively simple and easy for people. We don't want it to become a chore to where you're literally logging on for 6 hours just to go feed your core or your land claim to keep your land happy. We want to make it to where it protects you, and then if you, like, or not you, but let's say someone else on a server you're playing with, and this is one of my big pet peeves, so I used to play Rust all the time, and Rust, Reign of Kings, Life is Feudal, they all had one very large problem. Server resets. I hated that. Like, I would build the biggest, coolest base, and then the server would have to reset because people left garbage all over the map. So what we're doing is if your land claim dies, the world's going to eat what you built. So it's going to slowly start devouring your building to where it restores it back to its natural beauty. So if we had a land claim here and we didn't log on for 2 weeks and we never filled it or no one else filled our claim for us, the claim's going to drop. Now another player could come along and grab it. Great. If no one does, then the world is going to restore itself by deleting all these blocks and things that I placed down. And so we're hoping to do that to where server resets don't become a thing, because it is very disappointing when I would used to build like a massive base, and then the server would say, hey guys, we have to reset because there's just so much stuff on the world and the server's lagging. So that is the idea behind the land claim. There is going to be land claiming, and you're going to be able to claim land, add people to your guild, add people to your faction, whatever you want to call it. And, oh, you finished this for me. Cool. What am I dying of now? Okay. William said, oh, okay, awesome, I like the idea of the land, claiming the land. That'll make the server really unique and not bland at all. Austin asked on Facebook, what language is this programmed in? You're a second-year university student and about to dive into game development. So, Unreal Engine 5, we actually, and we may get some hate for this from some people, but we're actually using the blueprint system in Unreal Engine, mixed together with some C code that we've written for plugins, but we're really liking the blueprint system just because it allows us to, like, we threw all this together using blueprints, basically, with some custom-built plugins. The real meat of the game, so all the game roles, like what you're seeing here, like this preview block, is all client-side, but once I click, it actually emits a command to the server, and the server is the thing that's spawning it right now. And let me see if I can get it to do it. So the view region is actually a lot less right now because we're developing. Let me see if you can see this, or maybe I did it too good. There it goes. See, all the buildings disappear. So that's all on the networking side. So that's the server. And the server is written in Java. So it's very similar to like how Minecraft is written for server technology. Funny enough, I'm not sure if you catch it at the very beginning of the stream about our backstory, but the same tech that we're using for the server is actually stuff that's on orbit aboard the International Space Station. That's actually our primary business, is writing software for NASA and aerospace companies. We picked up RivenWorld as a fun project in our office, and it's sort of just taking off, and we're really enjoying it. But you can see the server is actually emitting packets to my game client right now to spawn all this in. So as you move around the world, things are going to unspawn, respawn in, and that's to improve performance. Because I don't even want to know, if you had 100 people on here all building castles and stuff, how laggy that would be when like your game client literally has to track every single freaking block that every person places. Okay, Tarkus asked on YouTube, can I claim more than one location, or will I have a size limit? So you can technically claim more than one location. We're going to leave that sort of up to server owners to restrict that. The core game mode will allow you to place as many as you want. The idea is the bigger your land claims is the more you claim, the more you have to feed your Igor or your crest or whatever you want to call it, the core. And lost my train of thought. Hang on, I'll get it back. That you just have to feed it more. So if you claim a huge area, let's say I claim all of this whole freaking area, you're gonna have to, especially as a solo player, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time grinding to upkeep this. Now, if you're playing with a clan or a guild or a group of friends, it becomes easier. So the whole teamwork thing is a very big part of the land claim system. Okay, let's see. Austin said, my goal is to work for NASA. Very cool. Well, we will tell you, it is a lot of fun. Renee can talk about it all day long. But it is super cool. And, that's a good goal. Let's see. Keep up the good work. I keep getting suggested your stream, so I'll keep checking back. Okay, no, we appreciate that. Keep checking in on us. See the progress. Also, if you join our Discord, there is an alpha sign-up sheet. So you can go ahead and sign up for alpha access. And once that comes out for the public, then you will be able to basically test the game and help us test everything. So we're looking for about 300 people. We're going to host 3 or 4 servers, and we're going to test the shit out of the game and see how much it can handle. Okay, William said on Facebook, that would be an awesome backstory to have on your website of the game. Like, we originally started building code for NASA, and now we wanted to make our own game. That's what we think. It's very weird that it matches. It's space. Everything has to be very, very tiny packets, very low latency, and gaming's sort of the same. Like, if you want to have a good gaming experience, you want low latency. So we literally took our tech that we wrote for space and applying it to gaming. Okay, Tarkus asked, fast travel teleports unstuck. So, trying to think. So a lot of that will be plugins that server developers or owners install on their server. So you can install an unstuck. You could install, and what we will probably do is release our own dev pack for plugins. I just realized I'm gonna box myself in here. And we're thinking of releasing like an essential plugin. I know that's coming from Minecraft, if anyone catches that. But it'll be the essentials for running a server. So it'll include admin commands, stuck, unstuck, TP, fast travel. So we're going to leave it up to server owners to figure out what they want to do with that. Basically, just to explain to you guys the power of the plugins, is every time I do like slash and type something, like just say /hello. Okay, it didn't process anything. But plugins are actually going to be able to intercept that command and create their own logic around that command. They're also getting, so we've built an event hook system to where every event that happens in this game, a developer could hook into. And this is going to be natively supported, so you don't have to wait for someone to hack the game or hack the server software to come up with a mod. We're supporting it out of the gate, and like every time I'm moving, like right now, even just rotating, it's firing an event on the server that a developer could hook into. So, like, let's say, Tarkus, you wanted to build your own plugin, or you had an idea for a plugin, and, you know, we wanted to build it for the community, or someone else in the community wanted to build it. Just for instance, let's say you want to put to where players can't enter certain areas without leveling up. Easy. You hook into the player move event, you see where the player is. If they go past a certain point in the world, then you just teleport them back. So it'll just keep snapping me back like this. Boop, boop. And so that's the idea with the plugin system. So to go full circle and answer your question, again, a lot of it's going to be plugin driven. We may add in some native support for fast travel between like shrines and stuff, to where you can travel between, you know, the shrine that you have at your house that's going to be for land protection to the shrines placed around the world. And we'll tie it into backstory, of course, about, you know, the Elder's Curse allows you to travel, and you just have to pay a toll to them to have that ability. Oh yeah, great questions, everybody. So just talking about what we're going to be doing for the rest of the week. We're still working on melee combat. That is going to be coming in. Hopefully we have something in the show by next Wednesday. And then the player names in the chat box, still haven't gotten to that, but that's literally, we've been focusing on the bigger systems that are going to be affecting gameplay. It's just a cosmetic fix. Crafting recipes, the system is in, so we have actually finished the crafting system. Let me see, stone axe. Let me give myself an axe real quick. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there it is. I will chop down a tree, get some wood, and I will show you the crafting system. Now I will prefix this with the crafting system we are still going to tweak. I personally think it takes way too long to craft a wood block, so that number is going to be going down. And like I said, this is all going to be ironed out with us playing it, along with the alpha and beta access that we're going to have that you can sign up through on our Discord. Doing a shameless plug there. So join our Discord server, sign up for alpha beta access, and get early access to the game, help us test. And help us iron out all those little kinks. Like, we really want to hear from people and hear them say, this is broken, why does this take so long? Like, I'll just harp right now that, like, this takes way too long. Like, I need to go adjust this tomorrow. I'm not a patient person. We also talked about maybe it doesn't take too long, and if you have a workbench, you could actually just leave it run. So, like, since I'm crafting in my inventory right now, it's going to take a little bit, and I have to sit here and watch it. But if you craft in, and there's our wood blocks. So we have the crafting recipe system on the server, and we just have to hook everything up and make it pretty. Okay, Tarkus asked auto loot. So auto loot, I'm assuming you mean transfer all. There is a transfer all button right up here. When you open a chest, it'll also show up over there. So we do have a transfer all system to where you're going to be able to transfer all the stuff out of an inventory with one click, so you don't have to click and drag. Okay, Renee, how can I help you? I've been just running around.
I've been just putting walls here.
Here. Let me add some walls. Oh, I ran out of blocks.
Uh-oh.
So our goal with next stream, so Tarkus asked on YouTube, when you cut trees, you did not pick up the logs. So right now, for dev's sake, it is auto spawning in the inventory. And we sort of want feedback from everybody if that's what people prefer, or if you actually want us to plop them into the world. So both are possible. We can plop it in the world. That's already done, as I demonstrated earlier. The network loading on the server handles that. So that's really a, I guess, Tarkus, anyone else watching the stream, what do you guys think about the tree cutting? Like, what do you guys enjoy is the real question. Tarka said, so auto loot, so that's what you mean. So things are automatically picking up when you destroy things. Then the answer to the auto loot question is yes. It is auto loot right now, unless if enough people want us to change it. If we want to drop things. I will say when you kill a mob or a person, it is going to drop a baggie at their feet. And you're going to pick it all up. Mainly did that because it's a lot easier to drop one single bag and than to have a ton of items pop in. Like, I'll go on a little rant here, and this is just my personal opinion. In DayZ, I hated when someone would drop I think Renee, we were playing DayZ at one point, right? And I dropped a can of beans and it just disappeared.
Yep. I think you were actually sharing food with me. I was about to starve.
Yeah, you died, right? Like I had one apple and I was gonna give it to you, and then I dropped it, and then literally we were all sitting there crouched, going like this. It's like, okay, where did the apple go? Oh hell, where'd the apple go? So when you drop things, it's going to be dropping in a drop bag. And then the drop bag's going to act sort of like a chest. You open it, you can take things, and then once everything's out of the drop bag, it disappears. Okay. How do I spawn that door? What's the spawn code? Or you don't remember?
I don't remember. Door. Try door. Although it's our first door, so try test door.
Test door.
I'm gonna laugh if it actually works.
No. It's okay. Is drop bag public? Yes. So when you die, you're gonna drop all your loot in a bag, and someone up can come and loot it. So the solution to that, and one of the mechanisms that we're talking about putting in is, of course, with the rune system. If you get a rune of soulbound, you can bind weapons to your soul, so they will always respawn on your character. So if you have a really good axe that you just love, you can bind it to your soul, and then it'll not get dropped on loot drops. Okay, and then Tarkus on not Facebook, goodness, YouTube asked, if I drop something, is it still mine or open to all? It is open to all. So if you're using the loot bag drop system to trade with players, then someone could come and, yes, open the loot bag and take it. For that, we basically we want people just if you're going to do a trade or something, come into your base, drop the bag, stuff like that. It's a very DayZ approach. So, you don't want to be doing trades in the middle of the, market square, stuff like that. Later on, or maybe even before early access, as we continue to play, like I said earlier, us playing in the stream, getting feedback is a huge help for us, because we may find that's oh, shoot, okay, no, we need to add in a trade system. And real quick, Renee, while you're building, I'm going to go run to the town, because we do have an idea. So there's market stalls and stuff in the town. We do have an idea to where I used to play a MMO on Minecraft, out of all things, and it was called Dungeon Realms. And they had this really cool concept to where you could put market stands down. And we sort of have a similar concept that we are thinking of either baking into the overall game or releasing it as a community plugin. But the idea would be is, let's say you want to put a market stand and you can plop it right here. And then you load it up with items, and as people walk by, people can buy things from you. We also had the idea to, where you could rent the market stands in town, so as new players come in, so it's sort of adding to the economy of the game, to where now you're competing with, you're competing at a combat level, you're competing with the building and getting the kingship level, and you're competing economically. So there's really 3 paths you could take as a player. The first path that, at least in our vision, is you are a PvP, you just love PvP. So you go and you grind monsters, you go and you do loot chests, and then you just go grind, and it sort of all loops together. And this is what I like about these game mode, like this game type, is even if you go grind mobs and you go loot at night or whatever, you come over here and you rent a stall and you start selling all their junk to exactly time to sell that pop up at Welcome Center to sell your shit. Yeah, basically. So you could come and rent this and sell your stuff, your goods out of here. And so as new players come by, they buy all the junk that you did with mob grinding. Same thing if you want to become king, you need to build up influence and wealth, I would assume, to get that. So it's all tying together, and that's what that makes us real excited about this game, is people can get really into it as much as they want to and take whatever facet they want. And that's why we're really pushing the whole sandbox concept, is we're building a sandbox, and we're going to give players the tools to do what they want inside that sandbox while being in the medieval era. So, if you want to go hardcore economy, and you could just go grind like a gold mine, stuff like that, and then go back and put it in the market and sell it to other players, that is the idea, is players can sort of pick what they want to do. And that's also where the nighttime PvP is coming from. So let's say I'm a player that wants to do economy. And that's all I want to do. Like, I want to be the richest person in the server I'm on. I'm going to go grind gold. Now, I'm necessarily maybe not very good at PvP, so like as the sun's setting, I'm going to haul my rear to a safe area. And so now I'm having to start to plan. And it sort of goes back to like DayZ. You had people that literally like waited till night to go into the big cities because people couldn't see them. So we're wanting to sort of create that environment where people are planning what they want to, what their goals are. You plan around the goals. So that's the short spiel. I'm not sure if that was short, but the spiel about that. And I'm not sure, so Tarkus, I know you got to witness the beautiful potato computer in all its glory. I did get my new RTX 3060. That's what we're streaming on. Is the quality looking better now? I haven't pulled up the stream, so I haven't looked at it. But I do know that my computer is not dying. And so yeah, next stream, the goal is to put lights in to where we can actually light this sucker up with oil lamps, fireplaces, campfires, stuff like that. And then going into what's coming up next for this week, player names in the chat, crafting recipes. Big one that we're real excited about. There's 2 big ones that we're really excited about. Land claim is probably going to come faster than combat because we're working on synchronizing combat on the server side, so the server can validate hits and not leaving it up to the game client to validate hits. So we're currently working on that code to validate hits on the server side, and then the land claim system though is going to be in by next stream. Tarka said, "It is like night and day. You aerospace people should know what that's all about." Yes. Yeah, and I'm real excited. So we actually are in our long-term goal is actually putting in siege weapons. Like right now, just standing here, I really want to see. And Renee's probably like dying because I'm saying this because it's more stuff that we have to put for building. Renee, don't you just imagine like right here, like a ballista, like a medieval, like you know those big wooden crossbows that they'd fire and like slice people in half with like the human-sized arrow.
I do think it will look cool.
Yeah. And could you imagine just like, of course, this castle is very small scale, but something bigger, and then you're just getting like charged by an enemy clan or guild, and you just fire that thing, and it just, yeah, bulldozes. Just put it lightly. Tarka said on YouTube, much better performance. Glad to hear it. We, no, it was time for an upgrade. And, you know, it's funny because the game ran fine. We actually got it to run on a GTX 980 because that's what Renee was running on. But then you mix in OBS, and it just absolutely killed it. Like, my 1070 could not handle the game at ultra settings plus OBS going at the same time. What other blocks do we got, Renee? More blocks. More blocks.
I believe I put some placeables. I have tables.
Oh, put some placeables in. We gotta decorate, man. Here, I'm gonna build a little house on this edge. I'm gonna build it out of. What should I build it? We have plaster, right?
Yes.
We really need to put. Is it called plaster? Or is it? No, it's plaster block.
Yeah, most likely plaster.
There. Is that plaster? 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 So yeah, Tarkus, we did get your feedback about the blocks being a little too big. So we are going to be working on like half blocks, different variations. So we're going to keep everything the same cell size, but then we're going to make it to where you could do like a thin wall and move it to the edge, stuff like that. Okay, Tarkus asks, will you have different tiers of doors? Will the wood blocks have lower hit points than the stone? Okay, so to answer the first one, yes, there are different tiers of doors. We actually have quite a bit. They're just not in the game. They're in the wonderful world of Blender 3D modeling right now. But there is going to be multiple tiers of doors. We also have a really cool thing that we're hoping to show come next stream, is we built a massive port cover that you can actually plop in with your build. So you use blocks for your walls and the port cover for your gate. So we have a port cover, and then we also have a gigantic wood door that we want to see people use for castles. And then the answer to the second part of your question, yes. Each block type, based off the material it's made with, will have higher and or lower health. So each block does have health. So if I didn't have my build hammer and I wasn't a part of building this, I could go hit this and the stone is going to take me forever. Also, different tools do different hit values for block types. So plaster, stone, stuff like that. Marble is going to take longer if you have an axe. But if you have wood, an axe is more efficient. And then a pickaxe will be able to go through stone, but it's still going to have a greater health. Okay, Tarkus asked on YouTube, wagons, mules, pack horses. Good question. So we are going to be putting in, and after this stream, I will actually, or actually tomorrow when we're back at the office, I'll post a screenshot of the assets that we're currently integrating. So we have 2 carts currently that we are modeling. So you're going to have 2 carts. You can either hand pull them, or you can hook up a mount to it. It is in the roadmap to add mounts, just a simple horse, and set them loose in the wild, and you have to tame them. And we think that's going to be some good fun for people. What was I doing? No. Plaster block. Okay, this house is not aesthetically pleasing at all, but, you know, I'll take it. We have a window in, right, Renee?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna leave some space for some windows. There you go. This is like a little prison cell.
Uh-oh, I'm dying.
You're dead. You won't actually die. I removed death.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna alt-tab. Moats. That is a very good question. Real quick. I'm gonna relog, because for some reason we had an exception in the server software. Did you drop something, Renee, on the ground?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Because I caught that earlier. I caught it earlier today. One item is causing a crash
Oh.
if you drop it. But easy to fix. I just need to go hunt it down tomorrow. Okay. So, moats. Very good question. So... Hang on. I'm finding the IP address. I cannot multitask. Okay. So, moats for the third time. We are going to be adding in trenches. So that is a long-term goal. We actually want to turn the whole world into voxel, so you can actually dig in stuff. That won't be in the initial release, unfortunately. Voxel is a whole different beast when it comes to game and then also server. That is the goal, is to get there probably after a release on Steam, and with that the ability to actually do like fluid simulation, so where you put water in a moat, you can put spikes, stuff like that. So in the meantime, leading up to getting to that goal, we are going to be putting in spikes, traps, things like that prevent people from getting close to your walls. But like I said, the long-term goal is to have it to where you can literally take a shovel and you could dig. And you could go dig and mine and add that whole different level to the game. Okay. Yeah, Renee, you'll have to rejoin.
Oh, I'm already... Yeah, I rejoined. I actually did die.
Oh, you died?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. Any other questions? What are you guys thinking so far? Let us know what you're thinking. What's your feedback? What do you like? What do you don't like? What do you have questions about? What would you like to learn more about? What are you excited to see? Lay it on us. One of these streams I need to do, once the server software is to that point, I need to do like we're going to do a dev stream and do like a quick plugin. Like, what plugin can we make in an hour type thing. I think that'd be sort of cool to show the power of the plugin system. Boop. Hey. Master block. Let me finish my floor. Water sinks, water tanks, water for animals, feed animals. Great question. So the person, so Melissa, who's doing the 3D art for us at our office, would love that you asked that. So she actually put in a sink, a toilet, and all sorts of other things. So you're going to be able to plop those around and actually use them. We are going to be doing like a water tank and or water catching system to where you're going to be able to catch water. So if you're not near one of the two major bodies of water, which are three major bodies of water, so we have the ocean, which of course you're not going to want to drink out of because it's salt water and it could cause you to get dehydrated. Hint, hint. You have the river and the lake. And we are talking about implementing, what we really want to do is have a good amount of PvE elements to all of this. So you need to cook your meat. You need to boil your water. If it's rainwater, safe to drink. So going back to water tanks and like water catching. But if I just came here and filled up a pot of water from the river and you drink it, there's going to be a chance that you get sick. And Renee's going to laugh at that because in DayZ, he was the king of drinking unsanitary water.
Yay.
I think it killed you once, right? You just could not move like 2 feet without puking your guts out.
Yeah, not just once.
Come down to the river and get some sand. And then your other questions, water for animals, feeding animals. So once we add animals in, you are going to have to, they're going to want to drink. And then feeding animals, we're debating if we're going to get very deep into animal needs or if we're just going to, you know, feeding them buffs them up or heals them, something like that. I do know in the game Life is Feudal, they had a very intense animal like husbandry system that people absolutely loved, to where you actually had to take care of your chickens, your cows, your pigs, and you could slaughter them and breed them and, you know, do that type of thing. We're wanting to do breeding and, of course, you know, slaughtering for meat and all that good stuff. But we're not sure how far we want to take the animal needs side of it. If we want to make it to where you're constantly grinding to take care of your animals, or we'll probably find a middle ground to that. So you have time to do other things. Now, of course, going back on myself, people do really enjoy that. And leading into another area of the game that we are going to be adding in is crops. So crops is unlike a lot of games to where you have to have a planter's box, put the seeds in, all that. We actually want to do it to where you could just come, put a seed, like I could just have a seed in my hand, press E to plant it, and then it's going to grow. And the server's going to track it, it'll be spawned there, all's good. So the plant side and like the farming side, we want to get a little bit more in depth on. And then, you know, animals is, and I guess this may be a question for you, Tarkus, since you've played a lot of this type of genre, and especially like Worm Online, stuff like that, is how do they normally do it? Like, does the animal lose hunger even if you're not online? Or is it like pauses or slows down if you get offline? Like, how's that work normally? Run back to the building. I am wandering off. So just going on a little, I guess tirade here. I don't know what to call it. The past day, we have been working on getting, and I'm not sure if anyone has any experience with this. We have been working on adding in the procedural spawning of resources, and that was quite a feat because the server is written in Java. The game lives in Unreal. So we had to actually export a height map from Unreal and then import it into Java and read the height map and the height fields for each and every pixel within the game world to be able to spawn things correctly. Finally figured it out today at like 11 in the morning, and super happy about that. Let's see, Tarka said, food just buffs and heals them, they never die from it. Same with water, just keeps them at best stats. So that's probably something we would probably implement, because I really don't want people like having to log in to take care of the animals on top of feeding their base and on top of fending off attackers or whatnot in the actual game world. So it'd probably be, it just keeps their stats good, it keeps them in good health, so on and so forth. Oh, that's cool. But if you pin the horses in and plant seeds, then the horses would eat the grass when it was grown. That is actually very cool. So you could like automate feeding your animals basically by planting grass. It's actually very cool. What's the spawn code for a window, Renee?
Window placeable, I think.
All lowercase?
Capital on W.
Okay. Window. Nope. Here, I'll just let you put windows in. Yeah, we're still... Ooh, look, a table and a rug. See, and also next stream we are looking to have the resource gathering completely ironed out. We just had that little hookup earlier this week about resources not spawning correctly. So we finally smoothed it out, and everything seems to be spawning naturally, and then also throughout the world. So next we're moving into the actual resource collection. So I already shown the rock and the stick. Those are easy examples. Trees are done, and we're going to be moving into actually the rock nodes, copper nodes, gold nodes, and all that. And then after that is going to be combat. So we may have a simple combat thing to show come next week, and then keep improving upon that. And then after that is going to be the rune system and sort of hooking it all together with taking the throne, and then you have a alpha version of the game. So we are looking to do some alpha testing. So if everyone wants to sign up on the alpha sign up form, we are going to be doing alpha testing and inviting everyone that signs up to join us in that. And through there, we are looking to have the first version of the full game. So everything from building to combat to everything else. But okay. So here's the day-night cycle, Tarkus. And with that, I think that is going to be the stream for today. We thank everyone for coming by, and just to run through sort of what we demoed you guys today is the additional building blocks, the resource spawning, along with the we've improved the network latency, and we've improved the building system. We added a remove hammer, And coming into this next part of the week and through the weekend, we are going to be adding thumbnails, adding player names to the chat box, adding all the crafting recipes, adding in land claiming. So come next Wednesday, land claiming is going to be in, and we can start playing with that and showing it to you guys. And of course, next Monday we will be posting another devlog. The goal is to keep updating every Monday on the devlog to show you guys where we are, what we're planning to do for the week, and this next devlog will just show you what has slipped a little bit and what is on track. So with that, Renee, do you have anything to say before we sign off?
No, just thanks for watching.
Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for stopping by, and we look forward to the next stream. If you have any questions, make sure to ask them in Discord. You can also DM us on Discord or Facebook or wherever. Wishlist us on Steam. Keep up to date. And we look forward to sharing our progress further come next Wednesday. Okay.
Dear traveler, welcome to the realm of the Iron Isle. Together with your fellow travelers, you will fight together or against one another for control of the Elder's throne and take control of this cursed land. Make your own destiny. Learn to forage and gather. Forge iron into steel. Build your own settlement from the sweat of your neighbors. Make this realm yours, either through war or peace. Gain influence and title. Welcome to RivenWorld, the first era. Coming soon to Steam Early Access.